Man, I have such an amazing clip to show you that you're really going to want to see. So last night, CNN just completely exposed Fox News for their hypocrisy surrounding Hunter Biden's trial and Donald Trump's trial. So essentially, host Abby Phillip was doing her night segment, and on that segment, they played a side-by-side comparison of Fox News reacting to the Hunter Biden trial and the verdict in that trial versus Donald Trump's trial in New York City and the verdict that came out. Both of them were found guilty. Both of them got due process. Both of them had juries selected by their lawyers and the prosecution. But Fox News had a very different tone when it came to Donald Trump's conviction than they did Hunter Biden's conviction. They celebrated Hunter Biden. They screamed and cried about Donald Trump's trial. So I'm going to show you that side by side. It really is worth a watch, and we'll talk about it a little bit. So here's that clip from CNN last night.
This is a new era in America, and I think it goes against the ilk of who we are as Americans and our faith in the criminal justice system. In the end, this jury of ordinary people from Delaware were not intimidated by that family, and they recognized that this was a clear-cut case and that clearly no one's above the law.
This is a very political exercise, and you have to say that it accomplished what it set out to accomplish. But I would say this about Judge Noreika. I think she ran a very fair courtroom. She ran a very fair trial.
I guess we all need, to shop at Banana Republic from now on? Because that's what it feels like. Yeah, a Banana Republic.
For years, the Bidens have been able to escape any legal accountability for their sleazy, corrupt conduct. But today, their luck ran out. At least Hunter's did.
Power is all they love. And they're willing to do anything to cling to it. They're willing to destroy the rule of law. The Republic has been wounded by weak lawyers and talentless political bloodhounds.
It gave me a little boost of confidence in the American legal system, although they still have a lot of work to do to win me back.
I believe that there was a conscious collusion of allies that came together. It's pretty obvious, with a private strategy to eliminate a common shared adversary. Hunter's going to jail, so Joe doesn't have to. And when he comes out, he'll be rewarded for his loyalty, like a made man in a Biden crime family. This is a distraction from the influence peddling and the kickbacks.
Yes, these are two different trials under very different circumstances. Hunter Biden was federal. Trump's was not. The crimes and the evidence all completely different. But you can't claim the justice system is dead because of a single conviction while also praising it for another. And you can't claim President Biden is weaponizing the Justice Department to go after his enemies when that same department just convicted his own son.
Yeah, I mean, I think my immediate reaction is, wow, Fox News is just such garbage. We already knew this, but it's just another reminder of this fact that Fox News just doesn't care about the truth. They don't care about consistency. They don't care about being logical or rational. They just care about their, talking points and helping out Donald Trump. And matter of fact, when I was watching this video, I just jotted down some quotes from a couple of these hosts, Jeanine Pirro and Laura Ingraham in particular. Jeanine Pirro said, "This goes against our ilk as Americans." For Donald Trump's trial. He said, "This goes against our ilk as Americans. It's an attack on the rule of law." Then with Hunter Biden, she said, "Nobody's above the law." So which one is it? Is the prosecution of somebody related to a political figure or a political figure themselves an attack on American values, or is nobody above the law? I agree. I think nobody's above the law. But how can you hold both views simultaneously? You can't. Obviously, it's complete hypocrisy. And Laura Ingraham said, "We're in a banana republic." She tried to make a joke about shopping at the department store. It didn't really land, wasn't funny. She said we're in a banana republic, and also simultaneously said after Hunter Biden's verdict that Biden has been able to run away from the law, but Hunter Biden's luck has run out. He's not able to run from the law. Such hypocrisy. I mean, in reality, it's Donald Trump and his family who's been running away from the law, so it's so ironic that she gets up on air and says that. But those are just a couple of quotes. There's more people, as you saw, involved in it, but complete hypocrites. Don't care about the truth, don't care about the facts. That's, a good description of Fox News, and I think that clip really showed us. And that side-by-side you're kind of seeing of all of these hosts saying one thing for Hunter Biden and another for Donald Trump really hammers home the point as to why if Fox News is on in your house, you got to turn it off. Take up that remote, pick it up, press the button, get it off. And this inconsistency can be seen in politics aside from the echo chamber that is Fox News. Like, we can just look at the reaction to both of these trials from major political figures in both parties. Like, let's just look at President Biden's reaction. So after Trump was convicted, he said that calling the trial rigged was reckless. He said that the jury did their job, that the criminal justice system worked as intended, and that it wasn't rigged, it wasn't unfair. And then simultaneously, for Hunter Biden's trial, President Biden put out this statement, which I'm sure you have all seen by now, says, I am the president, but I'm also a dad. We love our son. So many families who have had loved ones battle addiction understand the feeling of pride of seeing someone you love come out the other side and be so strong and resilient. And of course, Biden also said, I will accept the outcome of this case and will continue to respect the judicial process as Hunter considers an appeal. So in both these cases, Biden is consistent. He believes in the rule of law. He believes in the justice system, the system we have going here, and the institution of the law, right? Joe Biden believes in that regardless of who the criminal defendant is, whereas Donald Trump obviously does not. Following his trial, he put out this statement saying this was a disgrace, it was a rigged, disgraceful trial, the real verdict is at the ballot box, the DA is backed by Sora, all this stuff, right? He's very innocent, and I'm fighting for our country, the usual stuff from Donald Trump, but now he's celebrating the Hunter Biden trial and the verdict, and he's fundraising off of it, and Republicans like him are also doing the same. They're also celebrating. So, this is just a party deep level of hypocrisy. It's not just surface level with Fox News. It goes all the way to the core of the Republican Party. They do not like our justice system. They do not like the rule of law. They don't like everybody being treated equally under the law. They think that there should be exceptions, as seen from their statements here. Donald Trump says that he shouldn't face any criminal trial, that he should never be held accountable. But when Hunter Biden is held accountable, and his last name is Biden, and he's the president's son, then it's no problem. Then it's perfectly fine, and that's holding somebody accountable. It's such hypocrisy from the right, and it goes all the way to the core of who they are as a political party. And so we have to remember, as the people who will be voting in 2024 in November, that this contrast, this side-by-side is incredibly clear, especially in our candidates, the people who are voting for president. Like, Joe Biden cares about the rule of law. He cares about upholding it. He, applies the same standard as we just saw to criminal cases regardless of the defendant. That is not the Republican Party. And this goes all the way back to 2020, 2016, 2012, elections before this. Remember in 2020 when they claimed that they were the party of law and order, that they backed law enforcement, and then on January 6th, police officers were beaten. They didn't care about those police officers. They called for the defunding of the Department of Justice, the FBI, all these other law enforcement agencies now they don't like. Remember that one? I do. And I think a lot of law enforcement agencies and a lot of proud and strong members of law enforcement remember that hypocrisy from the Republicans. So it's something we have to keep in mind. And something I will be keeping in mind, I know you will be too, when I head to the ballot box this November to vote for Joe Biden, and I'll be doing it proudly. So I just wanted to show you this side by side. It's such blatant hypocrisy from the Republican Party, but what's new, right? So I'll leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Make sure to subscribe down below. It goes such a long way. I greatly appreciate it. Also, drop a like on the video and comment. Let me know what you think about all of this. And as always, I appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.